Folks, how we doing? I am your host, Ryan Pfeifer, and today we've got another episode of Ron and Neil in the Cave. Today's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very interesting episode. We got my housemates, and we talking to them about living upstate versus living downstate. Now, just to clarify, when I mean upstate, I don't mean Westchester. I don't mean Largemont. I don't mean if you're a train ride from the city, you're not upstate. That's my point. I'm talking in the Adirondacks. I'm talking upstate, baby. We're gonna fire off with Vinny first. I'm gonna talk with him, and then we'll transition to Nick and Raider, Connor Raider, that is. I mean, what can I say? It's two different worlds. Living up, living down. I live up, they live down. Which is better? You decide. On Ron and Neil in the morning. This podcast is brought to you by Chad's Auto Shop. When you need your truck fixed, you go to Chad's. It's also brought to you by Neil's Laundromat. Come to Neil's. Get your shit clean. Oh, folks, it's going to be a good one. Some background on Vinny. Very outgoing, very thick Long Island accent. You'll notice it right off the get-go. He went a bit overboard on the swearing. I told him he could swear. I guess he picked it up and ran with it. But we're going to let him, I'm not going to bleep him out. Freedom of speech. We'll be back. I'll catch you guys soon. Alright, so Vin, how we doing today, buddy?
How you doing, man? What's going on?
Thanks for popping by and doing this with me. Alright, so you know what this is, you know what we're doing. We're talking upstate versus downstate. Mm-hmm. Some differentiations between them, but also we want to know what's it like down there versus what it's like up here. So I'm just going to dive right into it. How long have you been on the island?
Oh, I've been on the island my whole fucking life, pretty much.
Yeah?
So, yeah, since I was a baby.
How old are you?
22 years
old. You're 22. You
just turned 22.
22 years old.
Man.
You know what they say about living on an island that long? You lose your mind.
Yeah, I pretty much have lost my mind already. Drinking too much on the island. But, basically I'm from Suffolk County. It's two different counties, Suffolk and Nassau County. And basically, I'm from Holbrook, which probably no one's even fucking heard of before.
No way.
Yeah, the only fucking place that they've heard of is the Hamptons over there. A bunch of rich people over there. All the celebrities go over there. You see Billy over there, who's actually from the island. Which
Joel, right?
Yeah, the fucking piano man, of course.
That'd be fun and nice. If I was able to get down to the Hamptons, I knew I made it in life.
Go to Oyster Bay, you see Billy, that's it. But yeah, then you got fucking Suffolk and Nassau always going back and forth with each other. It's a rival. Who's the better county? You know what I mean? Like that. Everyone thinks that Nassau's better, and honestly, probably right. It's a bunch of rich people. Probably richer than Suffolk, but the whole island's pretty much fucking rich. Everybody lives there. It's expensive to live there. It's right near the city. It's one of the most expensive places to live.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of animosity there. See, where I'm from, all right?
Toga, right?
Obviously.
Yeah,
you know I'm from Toga.
I know you're from Toga. Yeah.
But, of course, you've never been there. I've never been to the island. We can't visit each other. But our way of life is slower. People are nicer. I mean, I've only been to the city a handful of times. Let me tell you, I was in Penn State last week. Penn Station last weekend.
He's in Pennsylvania.
Almost had a freaking panic attack. First of all, homeless people bugging the shit out of me, asking me for money.
Always asking for money.
Oh my God.
And terrible.
I asked people for help. I'm trying to get onto the Long Island Railroad to get to Penn Station.
LIRR, yeah.
They just ignore me.
Well, yeah, that's the best thing about Long Island, too, because the LIRR is right there.
What do you mean that's the best?
Well, no, you can take it right into the city. If you're a fucking city guy, you like the city. You don't have
the city. But what I'm saying is I feel like everyone's an asshole. See, where I'm from, people hold doors for you. People say hello. How's your day? What are you up to? People drive slower, which kind of sucks, but you want to know what? It's the way I like it.
No, Long Island's fast paced. Just like the cities, right outside of there.
I don't like that.
I know you don't like that. I know you don't. You don't like any of that shit. You're smoked.
So. All right, I know I'm a little bit cooked up, but let me tell you. Give me the pitch. I've known you for 2 years now. You're a good friend. Why Why should I come visit you on this island?
Well,
give me the spiel.
There's a lot of shit to do over there. You know, in the summers it's fucking beautiful. Of course, you know that it's gorgeous. I mean, it's probably gorgeous in Toga too, but we're surrounded by beaches.
I'm surrounded by beautiful women.
No, of course.
By eloquent horses.
Well, no, the island's got beautiful women, but they're probably all whores. So.
Oh god. Well, that's for a different podcast.
No, segment. Of course, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much is you got a bunch of different beaches. You got Jones Beach, Smith's Point, Robert Moses, which I go to all the time. I love Robert Moses.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
Well, Robert Moses is just a beach. It's just there's 3-4 different beaches.
Now I hear Jones Beach. It's just riddled with heroin needles.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, actually, no. I actually have a story about that too. There was someone there was a girl like just last summer actually who sat on a heroin needle, and she had to get tested for a lot for next 3 months.
She come back with something nasty.
I don't know. I never heard about it, but hopefully not. Yeah, no, I mean heroin's all over the place, but Long Island's fucking pretty much. It's all over. It's terrible. It's actually exploded.
So it sounds like your pitch isn't going very well.
No, hold on. Let me get them in.
Why should I want to go?
Let me keep going. All right, so
hold on. A, why should I want to go there? B, what do you think makes it so much different than living upstate?
Well, it's like you said,
it's a big state.
Well, yeah, no, it's fast paced. You know that. I said like the weather's great. Obviously, there's a lot of beaches, a lot of beautiful women. There's a lot of bars too, a lot of bar life.
I like bars.
I know you like drinking, you like bars. So I can take where I usually go. Like over this past winter break, I went to Patchogue, and during the summers, every other Thursday they have a thing called a Live After 5, which you would love because people all get in the streets. They have food and everything out. There's bands playing. There's a few different bands that
Sounds fun and nice.
And even though it's not a Live After 5, like I was down there all break. There's all different kinds of bars. I mean, there's certain bars that me and you would like over others. Like there's a bar called Public House where it's pretty much a bunch of the stigma, the Long Island stigma, a bunch of fucking Guido motherfuckers like Jersey Shore. That you'll find a lot of guys.
That's why I feel like I would hate it. I don't like.
Well, I don't like it that much. That's why I stay away from those.
I always try to tell you. I think you should migrate up.
I know. I honestly think I should too. I mean, I love the island though. I always do. I love it. It's not all that bad. I mean, there's some shitty parts about it, but the one thing you probably love about it, which you've never experienced, but I always told you to come, is everyone thinks it's just a stereotype, but it's not. For the pizza and the bagels. It's one of the best things you'll eat.
Please. This is all I hear.
No.
And you know how many Snapchats I've heard from those Long Island girls? Oh, needed this, and it's the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, of course.
And they're hungover. Listen, I've got bagel shops where I live. All right, I'll give it to you. Upstate pizza is absolute garbage.
Hey, you're from New Haven, though.
I mean, yeah. Born in New Haven.
That's the top three, right?
That's a ferry ride right away from me.
It's right there, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, New Haven's, that's got some of the best pizza in the world. I mean, that's a different state, different story, different podcast.
Right.
But my point is, yeah, I mean, there's highs and lows with these places. I mean, I feel like New York is one of the only states that has this discrepancy. I mean, it's like two different worlds. You live down by the city, and I don't know, I just can't imagine. I was panicking. I was panicking in Penn Station.
Right.
I couldn't wait to get back upstate. Homeless people just littering my pockets.
Oh, of course, yeah.
People just wouldn't give me the time of day. I didn't know where to walk. People were coming from every angle. It's like you couldn't avoid bumping shoulders at people.
No, it's packed as hell. There's fucking 9 million people.
Oh, Vin, I can't do it.
It's a lot. Well, I'll tell you something really bad about it is, the fucking Long Island Expressway just alone. I know you witnessed it.
Never driven on that.
Of course you haven't. When you come visit me, because I know you will.
Yeah.
And there's traffic almost all the fucking time on that thing. You'll never go a day without traffic. Death, taxes, and traffic on Long Island. That's it.
That sounds morbidly depressing.
It's terrible. No, like my sisters all work out in Nassau. We're from Suffolk. She says she gets stuck in traffic on the way to work and the way back to work. Terrible.
Toga. Consider.
Yeah, no, you gotta tell me. Let me tell you about. Tell me about Toga a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, well, we don't have any of those problems. All right, people are very nice, like I said, and it's considered a city. So we got our downtown area, Caroline Street, beautiful bars. We got SPAC. You heard of SPAC, Saratoga Performing Arts
Dave
Center.
Matthews plays there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got a beautiful state park, beautiful scenery. We're in the Adirondacks where you can get away. You got Lake George, 20 miles away.
Right?
Vin, you have no idea.
Take a hike.
And I don't deal with these traffic problems. Your cousin, I've seen his snaps. He losing his mind.
Yeah, you know Joey, too.
Yeah.
See, he's from Port Jeff, too, and that's a great spot, too. Beautiful, right by the
All
water.
I'm saying is, life is better when you go slow. And that applies to many assets of life. But that's why, if I had to pick, I would pick Upstate versus Downstate.
No, it's good. No,
Listen,
you're right.
All right, well, you know what? All right.
It's a good way to,
it's a good way to wrap this up. You've been a big help.
I'm definitely going to come and visit you.
Anyone who's listening who has been to the island, I'm sure it's great, but also
It's not as bad as you hear, but it's not as good as you hear. So just take it how it is. Come visit us.
Take it with a light grain of salt.
Come in the summer.
Take it with a light grain of salt. All right. Thank you. Well, there you have it, folks. That was Vinny, my good friend, my housemate. So he gave you the Long Island perspective, and now we're gonna change gears here, and this right here is my conversation with my two other housemates here. We got Connor Rader, who hails from Rockaway Beach, Queens, New York, and we've also got my good friend Nicholas Carbone, who you may be familiar with. He's from Bay Ridge. Wanted me to shout that out. Brooklyn. Let's do this, all right? We're in the thick of things. So getting their city perspective. They've got some interesting points, interesting things to say. And quite frankly, my responses are pretty good as well. It's a pretty well fleshed out conversation. So before we get into it, just wanted to shout out Jimmy's Gelato. Best gelato in town, hands down. This podcast is also brought to you by Darlene's Daisies. When it comes to flowers, she's there every hour. Okay. So here we go. We're going to get right into this. This is Nick. This is Connor. This is me. This is the Ron and Neil podcast. This is Upstate versus Downstate. And we're live. Alright, so to reiterate, got my other housemates here. We got Nick Carbone to my right, and straight ahead we got Connor Rader. How are we?
How's it going?
Really appreciate you guys' time. You know, it's Sunday, but you know what? We're gonna do this. So I got the island perspective. A little bit too much.
Good old island.
Yeah, but let's forget about the island. I want to focus on New York City.
The real island.
Yeah, the real island. That's the focal point. So I want to know from you guys. I'll start with you, Raider, because you know you've been to my hometown. You've been to Saratoga.
I have. Saratoga. Saratoga's a good city. I'd say it's different. I would say it's definitely upstate.
We're in the decks. For those who don't know, that's the Adirondacks.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever been to Saratoga? You've never been.
Never been to Toga.
I like Toga because Lake George.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you're right in between that distance, and it's just such like a cool area for like people from the city to go up and visit.
It's a nice getaway, you know, from the chaos
near us. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Saratoga has its own chaos with the track.
Yeah, but it's mini chaos. It's chaos I can deal with. Your city chaos, it's like an infinite chaos and it makes me stressed.
It makes you stressed?
It's overwhelming at times.
Are you used to it?
I would say I'm definitely used to it, yeah. But the city.
We had to go to high
city
school.
moves at its own pace, though. Like you just have to adjust to it, you know.
I think I would fold like a chair. But you guys went to the same high school. I don't know if you want to get into that.
Oh yeah, that's how we know each other originally. But that got us thrown into the mix pretty well. I mean, it's right on 16th Street, right getting off the train at Union Square every day.
Yeah, it's 14th Street is a major street, so we were right in the heart of the city.
Well, that's what I feel like the craziest part is. For me, getting to school is getting in my car, driving down an empty road for 5 minutes, and parking in my high school parking lot, and that's it. You got to get on trains. Yeah. You got to walk blocks.
I used to wake up at 6:40 and take the train an hour.
What's the morning routine like? Because mine is different.
I think we had different morning routines.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's a podcast, so
no, absolutely.
No limits. Come on.
So I took the A train, which actually goes all the way through Brooklyn and through Queens, parts of Queens, and then goes into Manhattan. And it's I don't know, you see some shit on the A train. Like it's definitely an interesting one.
A lot of insane people.
Yeah. But great musicians though. But yeah, every morning was like, it was a new story. That was the coolest part about going to school in the city because everybody had their own commute. You'd get there for breakfast at like a table like this, and it was like basically who had the more ridiculous morning. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone's like, yo, this lady pissed herself next to me.
Yeah.
Someone's like,
the amount of shit that you kind of just realize that you overlook.
Yeah. That
like
becomes
on the way into school, I've stepped over human feces, and it didn't faze me.
You hate to see that
piss and shit in the corner, and I just walked right over it, and then it didn't hit me until I was walking into high school, into the school. I was just like, wait, I'm just I don't know, I just pass by it, and it doesn't. I'm completely non-phased.
No, absolutely. I don't know. I will say New York City subways are the worst subways probably in the world. Like as far as like upkeep.
I don't know. I've never been.
As far as
you've been the worldly guy. I've never been.
Yeah, as far as like every place I've been to, like you could eat off the floor in like a train station in Europe. Like it's beautiful.
Might be an exaggeration, but see, this is why
exactly. But
that's why I envy you city people, because I don't know. I just feel like you guys go through more shit day to day. The craziest thing that happens to me when I drive to school, I see a deer cross the street. That's it.
See, but that's pretty crazy for us.
You don't see deer.
There's no deer.
Yeah, we have
if I saw a deer on my way
to
Deer suck.
No, absolutely.
I see them every day. I don't know, man.
Would you ever wake up with like deer in your backyard?
Yeah, they all chill. They squat up back there.
That's cool. Do you ever feed them?
I don't feed them shit.
I would definitely feed
I'm always
deer.
too tired.
I would make them like pretty much my pets.
I tried feeding the squirrels and Union Square.
If you want a pet, you get a dog.
Yeah.
You don't get a deer.
But there's no upkeep with a deer. You don't just leave it. It just does its thing, and you feed it like occasionally. I don't know.
I think I've gotten what I needed to get.
It's nature. It's nature coming and hitting you. We don't have that, you know. We get cement jungle.
Cement jungle. That is true. I don't know. I just feel like I said earlier, two different worlds. One world I don't want to live in. I like my.
You have to give it a shot because there's parts. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to live in the city to get the city life. Like you can live outside of the city and still. You know, like I mean, that goes with the whole upstate, downstate part. Remember, you were saying like if you're a hop skip away from the fucking.
If you live in Westchester, you're not upstate.
Yeah, exactly.
People will argue that.
Because you can be there for. You can be in the. If you can be in the city in an hour and a half, or take a nice train to the city, like you get all the benefits.
I'm sure, yeah, because you can get away, right? There's some suburbia out there.
I mean, like just event-wise.
He's in a little suburbia.
Yeah, I'm in a little. Suburbia.
You're in a suburbia.
Yeah,
I live in the world of suburbia.
Yeah. Suburbia.
Yep.
The Buddha suburbia.
All right, well, I think
I should take this kid to Breezy Point. Breezy Point is its own little society.
Own nook. It's weird. Doesn't make sense.
You're going to hear it first, people. Upstate, downstate. We'll be back for more.